Turkey 5, kind of a strange name, right? But Turkey 5 is the 5-day period from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday.
But that all starts with proper preparation, right? So as Logan touched, have your Sailgazer account set up, have your inventory ready to go, have all your supplies ready to go. Make sure you're on blackfriday.com. That way you know all the sales that are coming in.
The mayor of my hometown came into my warehouse one day, showing him around. First off, he was really thrown off. Like,
what is going on here?
You know, you got marshmallows and bras everywhere. What do you do? But we got to talking. I explained it to him. And then he's like, hey, I've got a ton of boxes. Do you want them for free? Yes. So he hooked me up with a ton of FBA boxes. So you can also try to make connections. Maybe you can save a lot of money. Cheers.
Gumby. Or as they say in Prague, Proust.
Welcome back to another installation of the DoughBois podcast. I'm flipping it with Cisco, and today I'm joined by my lovely, studly co-host, Alpha Logan, and Golden Locks McGill. Man, I feel like I haven't had that great of an intro in a long time. That flowed right out of the tongue. And it's probably because, A, Turkey 5 is right around the corner,
Yes.
and 2, because it's the boys today. What is going on, guys? How are you guys feeling? Are you guys excited about Turkey 5?
Absolutely. How can you not be excited about Turkey 5? It's like the best time of the year.
It is a very fun, stressful, exciting time of the year.
Q4 as a whole is just amazing, but Turkey 5, ooh.
For those who haven't been following us since the very beginning, Turkey 5 was actually our second episode of the podcast ever. So we're going to quickly just go over what Turkey 5 is. And if you mess up Turkey 5, you're going to have a terrible Q4. Maybe not terrible, but not as good as it should be. But Logan, what is Turkey 5 and why is it so important?
All right, so Turkey 5, kind of a strange name, right? But Turkey 5 is the 5-day period from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. And the reason it's so important, especially for Amazon sellers, e-commerce, really anyone selling anything, is because it's where a lot of good deals are available and it's where a lot of people are spending money. So specifically talking about the Amazon niche, a lot of websites and stores are going to be having good deals that you can go and capitalize on to resell and make profit. But it's also a time where people are going to be shopping on your store a lot. So you're going to be seeing an increase in buying opportunity and a big increase in the amount of sales that you're making during Turkey 5.
Perfectly put. And the reason why we're having this podcast is because we want you guys to succeed during this time frame, right? If you fail to plan, you're going to fail. I said the quote wrong, but you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
What's the actual quote? I got to get this right. If you fail to plan,
you plan to fail. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So what do I mean by this, right? So you know what Turkey 5 is. The reason why it's so important is because it's going to give you such a strong boost into your Q4 sales. So what do you need to do from the beginning, right? In my opinion, the first thing you need to do is figure out what your goals are and how you want to spend the Q4, right? Once you have that initial setup of how you want it to set up, from there you can kind of backtrack everything. If you want to have a great, amazing Q4, then you got to do a couple things to prepare, right? One thing that Logan has brought up in the past that you should do is communicate to your family and friends, letting them know that for the most part, you're going to be widely unavailable during this time frame because you're busy grinding on your business, right? Logan, give us another tip of what you can do to prepare for Turkey 5.
Yeah, so, you're going to want to spend, whenever this comes out, this episode drops, you should have already been planning for looking at the sales, blackfriday.com, SalesGazer, we'll talk about some others and how to use those, but making sure that you're looking ahead at those sales, looking at what types of items you're going to want to buy once Turkey 5 actually hits. That way you're ready.
Yeah, 100%. And you really want to plan out what you're going to be doing during those 5 days, right? If on Black Friday you plan to go out to the stores and you plan to be FMing some items, you're going to want to have supplies ready and have the right supplies ready. So Some things that you're going to want to look at is having enough boxes, right? You can get boxes from a couple places. If you're planning to FM a lot and planning to FM heavy during Q4 in general, I strongly recommend that you avoid getting your boxes from places like Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot. And the reason why I say that is because they put their store's label on the boxes for the most part, right? It says it right there on the flap, walmart.com. And even if you cut that part out, everyone knows Pen Gear is from Walmart, right? It's their own brand, it's their own box. And the reason why that's so important is because you don't want to accidentally be miscategorized as a drop shipper. If they get some different branding from their item, they're gonna be like, oh, this came from Walmart, not Amazon. Leave a review, boom, your store is deactivated for potentially drop shipping when you really weren't. So get boxes. Logan,
Where do you get your boxes?
Uline. So
Uline?
Uline is a good place to get boxes. They're relatively cheap. Yeah, you got to pay shipping, but you get them pretty fast. Or if you have in the past, you can partner up with any local supplier. I don't really have
Yep.
any that are worth the price in my area, but I don't know, Logan, did you have any
Definitely
experience
check,
with
though.
any local suppliers?
Yeah.
No. Personally, we always use the Boxery, so they're a great source for padded flat rate, padded envelopes, padded mailers, and they are really good for boxes too. Top tier tape
Nice.
as well.
Yeah, who's your box guy? You're paying way too much for boxes.
Boxes
I go
are
to the
really pricey.
dumpster out back. I jump in there. I start grabbing
Nope,
up cardboard
don't listen to
boxes, and I
that at
take
all
them
for
up.
FBM. Nope, do not do that. So I actually got probably 1,500 boxes for free that are like perfect for FBM
How'd you get them?
How'd you get 1,500?
network.
You're just walking on
So
the street, and some guy
nope.
said, "Here's
So the
1,500."
mayor
That's what he
of
made
my
it sound like.
hometown, the mayor of my hometown came into my warehouse one day. I was showing him around. First off, he was really thrown off. Like, what is going on here? You know, you got marshmallows and bras everywhere. What are you doing? But we got to talking. I
Two of my
explained it to
favorite
him,
things.
and
Filling up
then
the
he
bras
was
with
like,
marshmallows.
There you
exactly.
go.
And then he's like, "Hey, I've got a ton of boxes. Do you want them for free?" Yes. So he hooked me up with a ton of FBM boxes, so you can also, try to make connections. Maybe you can save a lot of money.
Question:
100%.
Did you burn through all those boxes? Have you used them all already?
I still have a few hundred.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'll
He
take
gave
it.
me
few
a
hundred.
lot of boxes.
That's just
Oh.
wild.
All right, so you got your prep. Logan, where do you get your polybags? Because, yeah, that's for FBM, but we also want to make sure we're prepared to FBA these items.
Yeah, because you're going to be shipping a lot. So polybags, Spartan is good from Amazon. Cisco, I know you like them. But personally, I like to go with the Lamborghini of polybags. So we recommend ilovesupplies.com. Top tier.
Cool.
I want to take a quick moment to interrupt the podcast and talk about this video's sponsor, OA Alphas. OA Alphas offers high quality leads lists to help you grow and scale your online arbitrage business. Whenever I started getting into online arbitrage, leads lists were foundational for helping me understand the OA business and growing my business to its height. OA Alphas allows you to get profitable online arbitrage product leads every single day, Monday through Friday, in exchange for a set monthly fee. If you're looking to grow your online arbitrage business or gain back some of your time or learn more about OA, then I highly recommend you check out the link down below to visit oaalphas.com and start receiving those profitable leads every single day. Thank you, OA Alphas, for sponsoring this episode.
We are not affiliated, but we will definitely post a link below to all the supplies. That way you know where to get them and you can use what we use in our own business and what we trust, right? And the reason why it's so important to also touch on poly mailers and bubble mailers is because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be on the smaller end that you can still FBM for a quick buck. One thing that I have FDM'd for every season that I've been doing at Amazon is the newest edition of the Madden games. Why? Because they always go on sale during Black Friday. 2, they sell lightning quick. And the unfortunate part is that typically, because everyone is doing it, it's a pretty low ROI, but it moves super quick. And they typically don't stay on sale for the whole Turkey 5 anyway. So pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, that's a really good bolo, but video games as a whole, there's a ton of opportunities, so make sure that you have your padded envelopes ready to go. Switch games, PlayStation, Xbox, there's a lot of opportunity. GameStop and Target have been two that have been really good for me. I think Best Buy as well. And if you're doing retail arbitrage, there's opportunities where you could go in, potentially list the items FBM, and have them sold before you even check out. Just make sure they're actually in your possession. You know that you're actually going to be able to get them, but that's another cool thing that can happen for Turkey 5 on Black Friday.
Yep, 100%. And that all leads, or that doesn't all lead, but it all starts with proper preparation, right? So as Logan touched, have your Sailgazer account set up, have your inventory ready to go, have all your supplies ready to go. Make sure you're on blackfriday.com. That way you know all the sales that are coming in. Even if they aren't reflected on the website just yet, you can still use the seller amp calculator or whatever calculator that you decide to use, rev seller, etc., to just pre put that information and see what you're going to be looking for and what you're going to be getting after, right? So plan accordingly so that way you can win Q4. And the other reason
Yes.
why all of this is super, 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 super important is because you have to think about the timeline, right? The most volume that you're going to see during Q4 are typically between the second week of December, right? After the first week of December, all of the second week of December, that's typically when you're going to see, at least what I've seen when I look at like back on my historical sales of what the peak sales amount is for all of Q4. That week in general for me has always been the top, and it's always been probably also because most of the stuff that I bought during Q4 or not Q4 during Turkey 5 was from that Black Friday sent into Amazon FBA, and it's all getting to its locations, and it's Q4. Everyone's trying to buy a Christmas gift.
Cisco, for retail arbitrage, what is one of your favorite places to go in on Black Friday?
Target. I hate going into Walmarts in general. For me, I've never had any success at Walmart for Black Friday sales because everything tanks, and that's everyone's first go-to.
Hey,
Target,
tank so bad. I saw a listing go from 10 to 500 on Black Friday.
and
500 sellers.
you're gonna have everyone talking about it, right? Like back in the day, Richie Hustles used to go on live stream,
Shout out
and
Richie.
he would grab whatever, and they would be profitable in that moment that he bought it.
Until he posted it. Yep.
12, no, not even. He'd be on live. So 12 hours later, it tanks. But obviously, he had it then and there. He probably listed it right then and there. He made his profit and walked out. But for me, I've always liked Target just because they liked two reasons why I really like Target. They're easy and hard to source at the same time, in the sense that they have those random deals where it's like buy one get the second 50% off, buy one get one, etc., etc., etc. So if you're using like softwares like tactical arbitrage, sometimes it doesn't pick up on all those nuances, so you have to go in there physically and manual source those websites. One. Two, I have a bunch of them in my area, so I can do a lot of store pickups, or if they're not letting me do store pickups, I can just walk into the store and grab what I need. And then two, historically, it has not yet failed. Target does do a sale on gift cards where they discount their own store gift card, like I think it's like 20%, 10 to 20% or whatever. And historically, I've always gotten, and they cap you, right? I believe it's like $500 the most that you can get on the gift card. But you can open up different Target accounts, circle accounts, and just get as many gift cards as you need.
Yep. That gift card loop.
And so you're building in that ROI.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to drop one of my favorite Black Friday stores. I don't know about you guys, but I love bras. And Kohl's is the place to go on Black Friday if you love bras. So the full price bras, they're like, 40 to 50-ish bucks. Black Friday, you're walking out of the store with full price bras, not clearance bras, full price bras for like $7, $8 once you stack in all the coupons. I remember Phil, shout out Phil by Amazon. He's a stand-up guy. He posted a photo last Friday. He had like 2 or 3 carts just filled to the brim with bras.
Last
The man
Friday
knew
or
what he
last
was
Black
doing.
Friday?
Last Black Friday. Yeah. Probably last Friday too.
Hey, my guy.
That's crazy.
Um,
Imagine being that Kohl's employee. You're just like,
Usually they ask me how many girlfriends I have.
and
not
your
enough.
response is,
Confidential.
hey, my guy.
That's funny.
Josh, you have any tips for Black Friday prep?
I mean, yeah, that was my main thing, was be prepared. Like, the worst thing you can do is, oh, I ran out of boxes. Oh, I ran out of poly mailers. Oh, I ran out of red labels, tape. My tape gun broke. I don't have box cutters. I ran out of table space. Oh, I didn't pay my Wi-Fi bill. I can't send out my orders. Like,
Tragic.
just
Who doesn't pay their Wi-Fi bill?
be on your dude. Not me. What? Yeah, just be on your game, and like I think it's what you said earlier. Start from the back. and then work your way forward to the like the sales. But doing little things like that, like I never even thought of that. Go on the Black Friday like website, pre-look at the deals that are coming out. Like it's a lot of that front end prepping, so then when the day comes, you can just sit down, you can be at your computer and type away. But I know that Logan, yeah, the last couple of years was just like, do not talk to me, don't text me, don't call me,
It's Turkey 5.
lock your
Hundred
doors,
percent. And
and
so,
go make that money.
100%. And so let's touch base on some more advanced stuff, right? So, for the most part, the first half has just been, or the first two thirds of this video has been talking about basic strategy, things that you should know of how to meet and accomplish the goals for Q5 or Q4 and Turkey 5. But Logan, let's get a little bit more advanced here. What are you telling your VA team? What are some things that you're telling them to have a successful Q5, Q man, Q4, Turkey 5? You guys know what I'm talking about. What are you telling your team so that way the tips that we've given are going to be great for those sellers that are just starting out all the way up to
Yeah.
30, 50K. But what are those sellers that are at 50 to 200K looking at to do with their VA
Yeah.
teams?
So if you have a team of VAs, it's really important that you're communicating with them what Turkey 5 is. Don't the day before say, hey, I need you to work the next 5 days. So our team, I think we originally told them, well, they knew from last year, but we told them like a month ago. So almost 6, 7, 8 weeks in advance that, hey, Turkey 5 is coming. We're going to have a modified work schedule. And how we handle it, if you guys want to do something similar, is they have Wednesday off, they work Thursday through Monday, and then they have Tuesday off. And then after that, they're just back on their normal schedule, working Monday through Friday, weekends off. So definitely make sure that you're communicating with your team that they know that they're going to have a modified schedule. And then we also told them about blackfriday.com, told them to keep an eye out for Black Friday sales that are happening over Turkey 5 and early Black Friday sales. So a lot of stores now, even as early as November 1st, are running sales. So monitoring them to making sure that your team is aware and able to capitalize, knowing that they're going to be able to communicate with each other day of, hey, there's this Target sale, but there's 10 of us. We're just one or two of us is going to look at this sale. So making sure that your team is talking to each other for which sales they're actually hitting. That way, no one's wasting time and overlapping. Yeah, those are a few tips that come to mind.
Love it. Absolutely love it. A couple things that do come to mind that we forgot to touch base on is setting up UPS pickups and USPS pickups. UPS pickups are going to be free, so don't waste your time going into the post office dropping off any FBM orders. UPS pickups, if you have pirate ship, should only be like $4 or $5 to order someone to come pick it up, and those $5 are well used instead of spending 30 minutes of your day going to drop off any
Cisco,
large shipments that you have.
you're telling me
What's
that
up?
you pay $4 or $5 for a pickup?
Yeah, it's
You know what I
updated.
do?
What do you do?
I
Have
text.
Josh go
I
drop it
text.
off?
No, I text my guy. I
How did
built a
that happen?
relationship with the UPS guy. Well, we like to take care of our drivers, so I don't know if I gave them a tip or offered them some Gatorade or whatever it was, but just always being nice, always helping them unload the boxes and load up when they came here. And one day he was just like, "Hey, here's my number. If you ever have a pickup, just shoot me a text. I'll be right there." He's an absolute
Is
G.
it now? The viewers might not understand this story, but is it true that you have a friend of yours that decided not to hang out with you because he needed to chase down the UPS driver and bring him his lunch?
USPS, but yes.
Ah, whatever.
And he's
Same
another
thing.
legend that we need to get on the podcast.
Yeah, Stormy, if you're listening, you're overdue, buddy.
Wild. Cisco, I've heard some people in the space saying that you need to make sure you have as much capital available for Turkey 5. And specifically, to elaborate, people say don't spend all your money now because you need to have money then. What are your thoughts on that advice?
You just need to spend money on good inventory in general. Doesn't matter when it comes. And I think in general, we're making Turkey 5 this big focal point, and it 100% is, especially if you're going to be FBMing a lot of items. But there are a lot of good sales happening now, and by the time this gets released, probably happening a week ago, right? Um, a lot of good makeup sales for beauty. Not as
Tons of
much
makeup.
electronic sales just yet, at least that I've seen, right? But even now, there's different, not wholesalers, but different, I guess, larger, like think of Costco, BJ's, those type of stores already putting out their doorbusters out, right? And some of them are already priced at what they're going to be promoted at for Black Friday. So just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, spend money on good inventory is what's most important,
Yep, that
regardless of the
is the
time frame.
key. I agree 100%. I don't think there's any sense in waiting. Like, you need to spend your money on good inventory now. And yes, there's going to be a lot of opportunity in Black Friday, but if there's opportunity now, you need to capitalize on it. That's my take.
That is 100% good take. Now, you should never need to be waiting or saving cash for Turkey 5. And the reason why I say that is because if you do have a really well oiled machine, optimized business, then, sorry, hold on. Shit. If you have a really good, well oiled machine, optimized business, that, fuck. Sorry, my bad, guys. I keep getting a call and my headphones are hooked up to my phone. What was I saying now? All right, all right. If you have a good, well, if you have a good optimized running oiled machine as a business, then you're gonna have a good cash flow going.
Stop. Stop. You made
I don't
Logan
get it.
spit, bro.
Anyway,
Now,
terrible.
I remember. I'm pretty sure it was last year. If it wasn't last year, it was 2 years ago. I remember we were chopping it up. We were talking, and Cisco, you were like, "Dude, I spent all of my capital on Nike in the first day."
Yeah,
Is that true?
not all of it, but a good chunk of it. And
So would you say
yeah,
it's important to pace yourself over like the 5 days with the capital that you do have,
yeah, no, I mean you have to
or
keep
just go
like you don't
ham,
want to
like
blow.
spend it as
You don't
quickly as
want to blow
possible?
all. It depends on the inventory. Like you don't want to blow all of your capital on items that are only going to give you a back a return of a 10 ROI, 20% ROI when you can be a little bit more diversified. If you go all in on one store on one sale and you pick the wrong store and it's the wrong sale because everyone was on it because everyone saw that you were getting 10% cash back on Rakuten or 15% cash back on Rakuten, then likelihood of is that, or a good chance is that a bunch of those ASINs and listings are going to end up tanking because everyone's looking at the same exact thing. So you also want to protect yourself and be diversified on where you're shopping everything, right? Yes, it's amazing. You're going to get the potentially the 10%, 15%, 20% cash back from Rakuten, but that's also delayed. You're not going to get that until the following payout a quarter away.
now, Cisco, another thing that I've heard from some sellers, and I want to hear your take, is should I still buy inventory after Turkey 5?
Logan, we've touched on this so many times on the podcast. It's a shame if the listeners haven't already known my answer. Yeah, Amazon stops. It closes its doors for a week after December
Thank you.
31st.
I'm glad somebody finally admitted it. Amazon shuts down after New Year's. It's done.
No,
There's no more
absolutely
sales
not.
happening. People
What do
don't
we
buy
live in?
inventory.
Communist? What do we live in? Communist Russia? Come on, this is
No,
America. We're
guys,
capitalists.
keep sending in inventory. Amazon runs year round. They don't
You
stop
should
after
never,
Christmas.
ever stop
Keep
sending
sending in the
inventory.
shipments. Keep sending in
You
inventory.
just did a shipment yesterday. Good job. Start another one today.
Another one today.
Keep-
Do 2 today.
keep pushing.
Do 3 shipments
going.
today.
Go
Keep
hard.
going.
Logan
Go
and I
ham.
did get up to 3 shipments in one day before.
It was a good day.
All I'm saying is if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Exactly. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great Turkey 5.